All right, we are live, and yes, we are starting early. A pregame show today. Pregame show today, about a 10-minute pregame show coming up on 10 minutes before the official start time. That's the official time. Brought to you by Grand Seiko. Actually, not really. They're not paying for this, but it is a Grand Seiko watch, keeping time. And that chirtling you hear in the background, that is the lovely Bree Fit Dance.
Hello.
Bree Fit Dance, and she's wearing her shearling coat. We don't like to run the heat around here, so she's wearing the
I'm
shearling
freezing,
coat,
freezing.
and I am wearing a cashmere sport coat that is exceptionally comfortable, exceptionally comfortable. And this is, talk about an oldie but a goodie. This is one of my oldest sport coats, and I love it. I love it. I've worn it a lot. It's the high
Love
quality
it.
cashmere from back in the day that holds up pretty good. Holds up pretty good. So, Bree, we stumbled across
Some
some
photos.
old photos, a whole shoebox full of old photos that
Yes.
that I've had around for decades, and we're throwing them away. We're throwing them away. We kept
But
a
they're on
few.
Flickr.
We just kept a few, but we took pictures of the
Oh, the
pictures.
pictures.
We took pictures of the pictures.
And they're on Flickr.
And
Flickr.
Carlos is in the house. He says, "Hello, Craig, Bree, and all." And
Hello.
and so to preserve the photos, we took photos of the photos, and we're going to go through a few of them today. Some of them are pretty wild photos from back in the day. What did you think, Bree? Looking at the photos, what did you think?
That you've been telling the truth. The truth. The no fake watches,
So the
no
truth.
fake cars.
So the truth about what?
About you being like, I don't know, classy. Like
I don't think I ever said that I was classy, but that
well, you are.
we had some fun back in the day. We had some fun back in the day. And so let's go ahead and bring up a photo from
Oh, you got the receipt too to show.
the Gucci receipt. Yeah. This was in the box. This is from Gucci. These are a pair of Gucci's that I bought at the Gucci store in that used to be in the Watergate Hotel. I don't know if they still might have one in there, but these were purchased in 1986, June 2nd of 1986, and they were $204.75.
Right there.
Um,
Doesn't really
and we
we
took a
can't
picture
really
of the
tell.
we took a picture of the receipt too, by the way. We can show you that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so and then we have a picture of me wearing said shoes in about the
Gucci.
same time frame. But before you show that, let's show the bulletproofed Mercedes. Let's show that first photo. Let's pull that one up. So this is a bulletproofed Mercedes Benz, and this was in Kuwait. No, actually, I'm sorry. It was Bahrain. It was Bahrain,
I'm
where we
sneezing.
appraised some vehicles that were owned by the royal family. Some vehicles, meaning they had like 500 vehicles that we looked at while we were there for a few days. And some of them are pretty amazing. Some of them are pretty much one-off units. I think they had 50 of these bullet and bomb-proofed S-Class Mercedes. They had a bunch of 600 Pullmans. Go ahead and go through these real quick, Bree, because you can use the arrows on the keyboard. And that's that. Go back one. That of course is a Cadillac that was also bulletproofed. And so keep going. And they keep them up on those stands to keep the weight off of the suspension system when they're not using them for a long period. Oh, go back a couple slides to that. See that garage? That garage was full of S-Class Mercedes and a few others, but that they had one garage just dedicated to S-Class Mercedes automobiles. There's Kyle in the house. Keep going. And that, of course, go back one. That's a rare Volvo limousine. Keep going. And there's an interior shot of, I think that's an Audi limo.
That's kind of cool.
Keep going. Yeah, there it is. There's the Audi, a stretched Audi. So, yeah. And there's a, like, what is that, like a Nissan Patrol or something? I don't know. Anyway, some four-wheel drive. Yeah, Nissan Patrol. There's a Maserati limousine. So they do mix it up a little bit. And
I like
there's
this
of course
car.
a 1957 Chevy convertible just just stuck back in the corner there. It had a cover on it. We peeled the cover back. And they have a bunch of 600 Pullman Mercedes of various wheelbase lengths, Mercedes sedans and 600 sedans and limos. They had a whole bunch of those. You can see here, various colors. And I told Bree when they go back to the 600s, yeah, that one, that picture's fine. No, yeah, hold that. I told Bree, I said, what they do when they order these cars is they're sitting with the salesman. They tell the salesman what they want, and until they break the salesman in a little bit, that sometimes the salesman will come back with, well, we can't do that. That would be too expensive to do that. After about the third or fourth time of the representative of the king saying price is no object, finally the salesman realizes that price is no object, and whatever they ask for, they just build it. And when they order a 600 Mercedes, they say, well, we're not sure what color we want. And they say, okay, just give us one in each color. And so that's how they handle the color problem. So keep going. Keep going. And there's, of course, a Cadillac. Go back to the Cadillac. Yeah, that looks like that was air conditioned. Oh, most of these cars are air conditioned. Oh, go back. That Rolls. Now that's back in the stateside. That was I think that's a 1931 Rolls Barker body, I believe. And that one we bought not running and resold it. But that guy, Frank's Towing, used to do all of our towing. That tow truck could barely handle the weight of that thing. Keep going. And that's a Rolls that I bought and resold. Keep going. That's my 1984 BMW R80 GS motorcycle that had a phone on it. You see the telephone, right? Hold that photo. There's the phone. There's the flip phone, one of the first Motorola flip phones. And that one, you see the boosters hooked up to it. So the little microphone is to the right of it, and then the speaker in front of it, and then, of course, the antenna.
It actually looks like a car. Do you see it? The two lights there, and then
Okay. And that box on the back has the booster that boosts it up to 3 watts. Okay. And so that was the way it was done back in the day. So that's a motorcycle with basically a car phone on it. So we'll keep on going on that. And there's the Harley, full dress Harley. And there is the BMW again. And that was my business back in the day. And that was one of my favorite Mercedes. This one was a 300D that had 56,000 original miles on it, was jumping up and down like new, and bought it from the original owner. I paid $2,500 for it. I drove it for 2 years and sold it for $7,900. So it was basically in mint condition. Let's see, Cheetown in the house. And Craig, who made better put together cars during the 60s, Cadillac or Rolls Royce? Well, Rolls always gave trouble. So I would go with the Cadillac. So there's Gina wearing the steel Rolex. That it's kind of blurry, but that's a steel Rolex, which she put in the glove box of her car when she went to work out at the gym. And then when she came back out, the watch was gone. Imagine that. Okay, keep going. My furniture at a previous location, furniture I still have. And there's the Series 3 Land Rover, 1972. Keep going. There it is, a little bit beat up. And there's, of course, a Volvo limousine. We're back overseas again. Keep going. Keep going. Some more from Kuwait. I believe it was a Kuwait or Bahrain. I'm confused now. I think it was Bahrain.
in the Middle East.
So this is a very rare, very, very rare Imperial limousine, convertible limousine. And it's got handles on the side there, and it's got running boards that pop out, that the security guys can ride on the running boards and hold on to those handles on the side of the windows there. You can barely see the handles. So that was a pretty wild vehicle. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And that was another Mercedes I had. That one had a bad engine when I bought it. It did run and drive, but it had a bad engine. I drove it for a while. It was rust-free. Drove it for a while and then resold that one. That was my first house back in the day. And that was the 68 Pontiac Bonneville Brougham in the driveway that was loaded to the gills. That's the inside of that house you just saw. That's the interior. I still have that chair. Still have a lot of that furniture. That's the 65 Fleetwood, one of my most comfortable cars. And that was the space shuttle that landed at Dulles back in the day, and we were able to see it. Keep going. Again, another shot of the 65 Cadillac. Notice how thick those seats are. That was when they didn't care how much a car weighed. They just made it to be comfortable and do the job. They didn't give a darn about fuel mileage. And of course, that's the way to build a vehicle without regard to fuel mileage. And there's the XL 500 Honda motorcycle, 1-cylinder, 500 cc's. There's Auto East, my electric car dealership back in the day. And that is my Volkswagen convertible that had rusted out floors that I had to put 2x4s under the seats so that they wouldn't go through the floorboards. And I paid $50 for it. And there, keep going. There's the diesel demonstrator from College Park Motor Cars, Volkswagen Rabbit LS diesel. And there's, of course, a better shot of the rough Volkswagen, which I had for a couple years and then sold for profit. There's the electric cars on at Auto East. We were the first full-line electric car dealership in the country in June of 1980. June of 1980. Love the car pictures. Oh, here. The dictator of East Germany used to get chauffeured Volvo limousines. There you go. Especially the Imperial limo. $50 for the bug. Yes. Okay, keep going. Keep going. And that screen, I still have that Chinese screen. And there's a friend's SL back in the day, brand new. And that was a rare Cougar. I think it was like a XR8 or something. Anyway, it had the 428 engine in it. That was a pretty rare Cougar that we picked up. And I'm pulling it with the Mercury wagon with a 460 and dual exhaust. Keep going. You can see the exhaust coming out of the
Whoa.
exhaust on both sides. Yeah, the SL was clean. It was brand new. I guess it was clean. Craig, did you sell Audi Foxes? We sold some of them. I didn't sell many of them. I focused on the Porsches when I was at the Porsche Audi dealer. The SL was clean. Okay. And there, Richard is wearing a Rolex GMT with a Jubilee bracelet. Okay, and there's the rolls that I bought that I resold and never actually got that one running. And there's a limo out at the Polo Club, and we'll have a picture of me coming out of it here pretty soon. There's Paul Newman wearing his Daytona. Another shot of the house, interior shot of the house back in the day. There I am at the limo. And then let's see, we'll see one with the Gucci's, right? Coming up. Okay, there, of course, all the preppies, with their collar up and everything and all that good stuff. And there's the Gucci
receipt.
Gucci. Some of the other pundits says, "Oh, well, he never bought new Gucci's back in the day. He never wore those. He's just talking, blah blah blah, all that." Well, there's the receipt, okay, with my name on it. So that's how that whole thing works.
Right there.
Love that era SL. Yes. Okay, so keep going. And there is another Cadillac limousine. And look at the mileage on the Packard. I think this is about a 53 Packard. And look at the mileage on it, 4,000 miles on it. Keep going. There's that straight 8. Packard convertible.
Wow.
Like brand new. And there's a Buick wagon. They're not common. I bet the Polo crowd was waspy bunch. Yeah. Oh, and there's an Imperial limousine. There's a rare Imperial. And here's a Cadillac. Here's a Cadillac limousine with sirens and with spotlights and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's how they roll over there. And there's one of the assistants that takes care of the fleet. And there's another bullet and bomb-proofed Mercedes. There's a whole bunch of them there with covers on them. And there's a couple of Rolls Royces. Yeah. And that looks like a Cadillac Seville limo to me. I think that's what that was. And that's a 4-door Lincoln convertible, of course. There's another Cadillac convertible, and a oddly colored Rolls, and there's a Rolls Corniche coupe. There's an old, looks like it might be a Roadmaster. Keep going. And there's a Cadillac. And what is that, an Allard or something? I'm not sure what that one is. I don't remember. Some of these cars, my memory. Anyway, there's a very rare Range Rover convertible. Let's see. Boozer says, Craig, were you ever friends with non-wealthy people? Yeah. I have a few friends that aren't wealthy that were in the car business in various capacities that aren't what you would call wealthy, but most of them are okay, doing okay. Can you guys still see dislikes on your videos? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so that's at the Hunan restaurant. Okay, and there's that same garage with all the Mercedes in it, and the ones up on jack stands are generally the ones that are bullet and bomb proof to keep that weight off of the suspension. And there's the Imperial limousine, and there's a what's that, a Buick convertible or Oldsmobile? I get confused. Anyway, there it is, 67. There's a couple of Cadillac limos, and there's a 600 Mercedes just laying around. There's something with 9,000 miles on it. So that's a Rolls, the back of a Rolls. There it is. And there's a Plymouth wagon with wood on the sides and dual spotlights. Fake wood, of course. There's a Buick convertible. And it goes on and on and on. Just keep going. Just keep going on and on and on. There's a Cadillac convertible. Some more pictures of that limousine. And there's Gina with her Rolex again. Rolex. And there's a couple that bought an electric Leopard at Auto East. The typical electric car buyer, right? Eccentrics. Keep going.
Well dressed.
Yeah, they're eccentric. And there's my pet boa constrictor eating a rat. That's what that is. There he is out exercising on the floor. So yeah, there's me wearing a 3-piece suit back in the day. And there we are going to an auction. And the second car is a friend of mine that we saw the other day, that convertible, the red convertible.
Are you taking the picture?
And I took the picture. And wait, go back. The guy in the blue shirt leaning against the Cadillac limousine, that's Paul Faupel, the guy that bought several watches from me. And then we brought the Dodge van so that when we sold everything at the auction, he's standing up on the car. Yeah, he was a little bit batshit crazy. But anyway, the limo, the van is there to drive us back after we sold all the cars and everybody had to get back. And the Cadillac right there going through the toll booth, that is back behind. That's also with us. So we were waiting for a couple of cars to catch up to us before we proceeded on. There's the 69 Cadillac Eldorado that had 23,000 miles on it, and I had that. It was 10 years old. It was a 69. I had it in 1979, and those are the original tires on it. So, and that's a 62 Caddy. Let's see. Craig, you've heard the Rolls. That Rolls car can hardly make it up the hill. Looks like an old 88. Okay. Jay Leno had some straight eights. I never watched his talk show, but appreciated his collection. Okay. And I don't know if it was a real one or not. Those were kids that were there from the people that we bought it from. They were from that family and they got a last chance to climb on it. And there's Frank's Towing, taking it back to Rockville, and he was overloaded. That thing was heavy. Oh, yeah. That Rolls is heavy. Even though it's an aluminum body, it's still very heavy. A lot of wood in it, right? So,
mustache.
Yeah, there's a mustache. So Durr, of course, is not watching. He wanted me to have a mustache. There, I've got a mustache. I had a mustache for 2 or 3 months, probably. Was that about it? And said, no, this isn't the way to go.
You still got a picture with it.
Yeah, I've documented it with a picture. There's the 78 Corvette L82 4-speed. That was the silver anniversary car, and that we drove out to California at vast profit. Bought it at the salesman's discount. I was working at Stephen Chevrolet at the time, bought it at the discount, and then took it out there and sold it for $5,000 over list because the L82 4-speed was not available in California. Had to tag it out there, had to get a California driver's license and go through the whole procedure that I moved there so that then I could resell it. There we are at the airport at the helicopter. Keep going. And there's I believe that's a 65 Riviera, Buick Riviera. They're great cars. They ride nice, a lot of power. There's the Cadillac again. And there's a Shelby GT350 that we brought back from New York. And that's a demonstrator with a dealer tag on it. I was working at the Lincoln Mercury dealer at the time. And so we put a rental hitch on the rear bumper and towed it back with the trailer. I don't think if my sales manager knew that I was using demonstrators for that purpose, I'm not sure he'd be real happy. Okay, so there is my first Rolex that I got in 1978. That picture was taken in 1979. And that has the Jubilee bracelet, which is an American-made Jubilee bracelet. That's the way they did it back in the day. And that is an engine turn bezel. And that is my first Rolex. I think that's the only picture I have of it. I haven't ever seen any other pictures of it. Let's see. What? Wait. What was the name of the pet boa? I called it Luther. Okay, so here, let's see the two-tone Datejust on the thumbnail of your stream. It's not a two-tone. Did you put the Datejust on there?
Datejust?
The one we just saw? It was on the thumbnail?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's all stainless steel. That's it. Craig, do you know any wealthy people that lost it all? No, one guy that was pretty well off that lost everything. But he wasn't what I would call wealthy, but he was pretty well off and lost it all. Craig, drinking problem. Craig, that was looking good. Okay. I think you should bring the mustache back for Brit. No. Craig, did you wear bow ties when you were praising cars? Yes, I did. Yes, because they wouldn't get caught in the fan blades and stuff. Yes, I often wore bow ties. Craig, you and me grew up during the greatest age of American cars. There you go. And so these are some family photos of that was a Thanksgiving back in the day of all days. And this was the show that Chrysler put on when they released the Imperial. Is that it? Oh, there it is. There's the Chrysler Imperial that they made for just a couple days. Years. They reintroduced the Chrysler Imperial, and that was it. And you never see those things on the road. I don't know whatever happened to them, but you never see them. Lance is in the house. And that's Paul Faupel. He's the gentleman that bought two different Rolexes from me and an Omega. There's the Buick Riviera again out at the airport. And there is a demonstrator. That is a Dodge Diplomat loaded. And that's my old alcoholic friend, Al James, fighting with his sometimes roommate. They weren't actually married.
Oh,
but they were both alcoholics. And she came in there and said, Al, where's the liquor? And they got into it. He had drank the last of the liquor. And there we were driving out, and we got caught in a fluke snowstorm up in Flagstaff, Arizona. That was the L82 4-speed that we were driving out to California. Yeah, and there we are driving it out. Salesman at Wheaton Dodge back in the day. And he was just out there wandering on the lot, and I snapped the shot. And there's the rough Pontiac convertible and the Riviera, and then to the left is a Imperial convertible out at our workshop. And there's some cars that that's the same cars actually that we were on the way to the auction. Took another shot, and that's Kurt's car. That's a friend of mine, Bill Steers, that we just went on that run with the other day.
Thrift store run.
And he's got a couple of demonstrators there from Sheehy Ford. He was a salesman at Sheehy Ford.
What is he holding there?
and he's probably holding another camera. It looks like it's another camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he probably took some shots, and I took some shots. Um, let's see. Lance said hello, and then here we got another comment. Craig, not being much of a drinker, looking back, what were some of the things you achieved that you don't think you would achieve if you had hit the sauce every night? Well, I mean, drinking is just going to slow you down on everything you do, I think. Craig, is Wheaton Dodge in business now? I don't think so. There's something maybe there, but I don't think they're Wheaton Dodge. Does Bree wish she could go back in time and hang out with Craig?
Yeah. Why not?
um, so there's Craig back in the day, a three-piece suit. Yeah, a little bit of a fat tie, but it is what it is. And there's my sister, two of my sisters, and that's the Pontiac. Go back one. That's the Pontiac convertible to the left, and that was my sister's Camaro, I think. And that is the interior of a Shelby, probably a Shelby convertible. And there's yours truly getting out of the limousine.
Gucci
Okay, getting
shoes.
out of the limousine with the Gucci's on that we showed you the receipt earlier. So the people,
Foolproof.
the pundits out there saying that no, he didn't do any of that stuff back in the day.
And there's no
He
Photoshop. There
didn't
was no
wear
Photoshop back in the
he
day.
didn't wear Madras jackets out at the Polo Club, with Gucci's with no socks. He didn't do any of that stuff. That's all faked. That photo is an absolute Photoshop. Bree did
Yeah.
it this afternoon. It only took her about 5 minutes. She put that thing together. So yeah. Cheetown says, "Pardon the type. I meant would rather than want." Okay. Oh, there's Craig. There's another picture of me from. We just went to
Brianna.
an. We just went
Brianna
to.
took it.
Yeah, we just went to an event. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
I lose track of time. It's yesterday. We went to an event for one of our sponsors, MMI, and Bree was all dressed up nice. We got a picture of you too.
Yes.
Is that published?
No. These
No.
are the photos.
There they are. Of course, all wearing masks because they're in the healthcare industry. So there's one without the masks. Okay. Good. Good.
But that's it. Those are the old photos.
Okay, so that's all the old photos. So let's switch back. So check on your photos. Check on the status of yours. Oh, you've got to make some of them. You got to make some of them public.
Public, yeah.
So do you want to go make some of those public and then come back and we can show those? So we got some really cool photos, and put one of the kind of cool ones.
What do you mean by cool?
Give them one. Give them one that's a little bit
racy.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Should I show the one flash dance?
Yeah, yeah, the flash dance one. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Those Gucci loafers, Madras jacket, and boot cut pants. Oh boy, channeling major 70s country club vibes. I don't know that they were really boot cut. Were they really boot cut? I don't know. Let's go back here and see. I usually wore straight leg. Well, it kind of does look like they're boot cut, but I'm not sure they really were. I think it's just kind of the way the photo looks. They're kind of crumpled up underneath the top part of my leg, so you can't see that they're kind of full. They're kind of full all the way down. But yeah. Oh boy. Kyle in the house. Craig, we're looking forward to Monday. I'm really liking the Titanium GS. Wow, that watch, I'm looking forward to it too. I want to get a full report. That was a score. I mean, can you imagine that watch that Kyle got? Did I go to Woodstock? No, but Bill Steers did. The gentleman I showed the photo of earlier, he was there. And rumor has it, he was the guy that was selling the bad acid that they talked about over the speaker. They announced that there's some bad acid going around. And the rumor has it that he was the one that was selling it, but I don't know that for a fact. But anyway, that Titanium GS, you talk about a find, you talk about a lifetime watch. Can you imagine somebody buying a Tudor over that? Because you could buy that for less than you'd pay for a Tudor. Of course, Kyle got a great deal on it, but still, you can buy them all day long, I think, for less than you would pay for a Tudor. And look at what you get. Um, Craig, did you ever own an LED digital pulsar watch from the set? Yes, I did have one. I had one that you had to push the button for it to light up. Oh boy. Lance is in the house. Sent a stunning Omega and a gold Crador for Bree. Okay, we will look.
Thank you.
We will look. Lance, I've been missing your eBay and Chrono 24 finds. So college is doing well for you. Okay. All right, let's check the email before we show your photos.
They aren't ready.
They're not ready?
No.
Are they still uploading?
Well, they weren't showing.
What do you mean they weren't showing? They're showing on your phone right now.
Yeah, but not on the computer. So I'm uploading some on the computer to make them public.
Huh.
It's weird.
Okay.
And I refreshed, and they weren't
that
there.
is strange. Okay. So, all right. So, oh, look at this.
Wow.
You know, I like this watch. I like this watch. I would have to see it in person.
Oh, it's a video.
With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, the seller mails your watch to independent authenticators who use state-of-the-art equipment to carefully examine dozens of inspection points, from the bezel to the crown to the case, to ensure the watch is authentic.
Go to the next picture. Oh, there we go. Now we're on the next picture. This is kind of neat looking. I'd have to see it in person, but my initial reaction is it's kind of neat. And it's got a deployant clasp, a signed deployant clasp. That is neat. All right, Bree, what's the size of this watch? It's $10,000.
Yeah.
What's the size of it?
18K gold.
What's the size of the case? 39 millimeter wide. Well, no, why would he say that would be for Bree? Maybe he was talking about the other one. This is a man's size watch. This is a good size watch, 39 mil. That's about the same.
Yeah, he said Crador.
This is about the same size as my my 002, Bree. Go back to that watch. That is an interesting piece for that kind of price. Can you imagine paying like more money than that just to get a steel Rolex when you can get this watch here?
Right.
And you can make an offer on it. It'll be less than $10,000. I think somebody should snag that.
Snag it.
Snag it. Snag it. Okay, let's catch up on this. I can't believe the titanium. It's a game changer. Hard to wear the sub now, just not comfortable in comparison to the new GS. You know, and here's the thing. I think we'll talk about this again on Monday, but I think you can wear that watch a little bit loose so that you don't have to adjust it seasonally. I don't know if you have the same issue as I have where you have to adjust your watch seasonally. Out there in California, you might not have to do that. You might be able to just get it comfortable and just leave it. But if your wrist expands and contracts sometimes, you could set it for the expanded size wrist, if you will. And so when your wrist contracts, it'd be a little bit loose. And I think with that titanium, it would still be fine. I think it would be acceptably comfortable, even a little bit on the loose side. Do give us a full report on Monday. College, thanks, Kyle. College is going great. Happy to be on Thanksgiving break now. Those gold Aquaterra are nice looking. Okay. Have you seen one in person? You can't tell about the color of the gold and all until you actually see one in person, but it looks pretty cool.
I'm making some of them public.
So can you refresh and see if we got them? See if we got them.
See.
They're still not there, huh?
Weird.
Just refresh your photo stream again. Sometimes it takes a little while.
Yay.
They're there? Oh, maybe they're all there. Maybe you were looking at the wrong place.
So yeah.
Bree, Bree. That's a little bit racy, but I think for Christmas it's okay.
For Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
Christmas treats.
Whoa, Christmas, Bree.
That's what
I
the chunk said.
do like that dress, and I don't care what they say about
Politically correct.
cultural misappropriation or whatever the heck
It's
those
just
idiots
fun.
say. I think it's fine for you to wear one of those dresses. I mean, they wear
Uh-oh.
Western dresses. Oh, go back to that one. I like that one. That's the flash dance pose. She was mimicking
I was
the flash
mimicking,
dance,
yeah, the flash dance girl.
the famous flash dance picture. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Okay. I like this dress though. I really do. I think it's
classy.
cool. Yeah, let's see the full length.
I'm not sure if it's in full length.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Pigtails. We were doing different hairstyles.
Yeah, she did pictures in different hairstyles in that dress. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Well,
from
not yet. We got Thanksgiving
the
to go
lovely
through.
Brie Fit dance. The lovely Brie Fit dance wishes you all a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. What else? Oh, he's got
Credor.
another link. Credor.
I'm not
Credor.
sure about it. I'm not sure about it.
I'm not a big fan of those lugs. I like a more flowing lugs, but I mean, it is what it is. And let's see the whole thing, the whole shot. Nice and thin. My gosh, you wouldn't want any thinner than that.
Yeah.
Um,
Thinner than mine.
this thing is super thin. I like a dress watch though. I really do. And look at the price. My gosh, it's 18 karat gold. Look at the price. That's insane.
Insane.
That's like noticeable scratches. I don't care about scratches. That's fine. That's fine.
Patina.
Yeah. Scroll down. What's the size of it? Does it say? Oh, maybe down here it says somewhere. Oh, weight. Where's the size? Oh, there's the width is 0.3 inch. Is that what they say? The case is 1.2 times 0.3. Is that right?
1.3.
But
that's weird. I don't see the actual size of the watch.
I guess the width is 1.2 inch. Okay, so it's pretty small, but I mean, for a lady's dress watch, I think it would be cool. That's amazing, though, the price. My gosh.
Yeah.
Why not? And it's probably equivalent to a 9F movement. It's probably a high-end quartz movement in there. I'm surprised they can make it that thin, though. That is really thin.
Yeah.
Let's see. Check the creator. Craig, do you get a cut of the OnlyFans revenue? Yes, Bree pays me.
Yeah.
She pays me. How do you think I can maintain the standard of living that I've become accustomed to?
I know.
Bree has to pay me. She has to pay me so that I can live large.
Yes.
Craig, if Afghanistan became the last country on earth to allow buying and selling of BTC, would you make it your new headquarters, or would you rather go back to fiat currency investments? If Afghanistan became the last country on earth to allow buying and selling BTC, would you make it your new headquarters? Well, I mean, Afghanistan is, talk about a third world country. It's really, I think, pretty nasty there. So I'm not sure what you're asking, but yeah, I think we'd pass on that. It's 33 millimeters. Okay, so yeah, it's a small watch, but it would work.
It'd be
Kyle
smaller than
says,
mine.
Bree is such a boss.
Wow, thank you. I've never gotten that.
Bree is such a boss. That's right. And she's wearing a shearling, a beautiful shearling coat.
Very, very warm.
It's a little bit chilly in here. Is that?
Yes. Chili.
Is it a little
No
bit?
question
Is
about
it a
it.
little bit chilly in here? Well, with all the lights and everything, you got to keep the temperature low because of all the lights.
The lights make it warmer.
You're waiting, right? You're waiting for them to make it warmer. Bree's like, please turn on more lights. Oh God. Craig, what's your favorite GS alternative to the Rolex Submariner? Oh my gosh, the 231 Stunner. The 231 Stunner, that titanium stunner. Because of the titanium, you can get away with a bigger watch. That's a 43 millimeter watch. You can get away with a bigger watch and still have the comfort of a smaller watch. And not only the weight of the titanium does that, but the shape of the case and that bracelet is just insanely comfortable. It's very flexible, hugs your wrist. I can't say enough about how comfortable that watch is. And of course, it's more accurate than a sub by far and more durable than a sub by far. This will go decades without needing any servicing. So yeah, that is your diver's watch of choice if you want to get away from a Rolex. That's what I did. I went from Rolex to that puppy right there on the screen. And then of course this stunner on wrist, the 002 Gold Stunner. Links are in the description.
I want to show my outfit too.
Yes, I think so. Sweaters and coats are a one-time purchase, but it costs money to run the heat.
That's true.
Cheetown makes a very good point. Wear
That's
the warm
true.
clothes and save money on the heating expenses.
Because heating expenses are like constant,
My gosh, it's like money, just money going right out the chimney.
Door and chimney. Whatever.
Are there going to be any more cleaning Craig's house photo shoots for Bree?
No.
Yeah,
not.
maybe we won't have to do that because I think some people said that they were a little bit too
Crazy.
well, and also that it like made it look like you were a slave or something. We were just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
We weren't making political statements, right? But people, you know how people get.
Yeah, they're
Craig,
controversial.
when is Bree going to model a few of your Stetsons? She's got some Stetsons of her own.
Yeah.
That she wears fairly often. So
what kind of watch is that
maybe,
he has on the profile?
That's it looks like a Rolex. Maybe we should, Bree, take some more photos with hats.
Okay.
Next photo session. Mark that down. With various hats.
How much are gas prices?
How much are gas prices in Frederick County? They're hovering around $5 in San Diego. Whoa. I don't think they're that. I think they're $3 and something here. But to be quite frank, I don't pay attention. I just fill up because whatever it is, I got to pay. It's not like I have a choice.
Yeah.
And I'm driving a Prius, so it's extremely fuel efficient. Yesterday, it was yesterday we got back from Frederick, downtown Frederick. And for whatever reason, I didn't turn off the Prius. It was in the garage. It was turned on the whole night. And I went back to it today to put some of the, I got some of those, was it Bob's?
Beer,
Is it Bob's?
Dad's.
Dad's root beer barrels. I love those things. And I hadn't had them for like 20 or 30 years, but there was one in the pocket of one of my coats, my Burberry coats. And I was at a place with Bree and I reached my hand in the pocket and one of those things was in there and it was literally 20 or 30 years old. And I said, I wonder if this is still good. So they're all individually wrapped, right? So it's in its own little wrapper. So I opened it up and it was fantastic. It was like a trip down memory lane. So we went ahead and I bought a 1-pound bag off of Amazon because I was going to put some in the car just for emergencies, just to have.
Yeah.
And so luckily I went down there today to put those in the car and I realized that the car had been running the whole night.
You would have.
I never turned the car off.
You would have left it today.
It would have been running today, tomorrow, the next day. I don't know when I'm going to go somewhere again, right? And it just run. But the thing is, it
Holy
used almost no fuel because the Prius just turns on as needed to keep the climate control at the right temperature. And the engine will turn
Dang.
off and on throughout the night, right, to do that. But it only used like a gallon of fuel or something all night long, right? Doing that all night long. And it's got a full tank of fuel. We had just filled it up at Costco.
Are those the only cars
so
that do that? Is there another
any
car?
of the hybrids, any of the Toyota hybrids will do it. A lot of the hybrids will do it.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to live in your car, that's the car to do it because you got climate control basically
A lot of
on
people
climate
live
control
on
on the cheap. There's
Priuses.
people, that's a whole thing with people living in their Prius.
Yeah.
Boozer's in the house. Craig, I think it's time to sell off a minuscule amount of your BTC and get a Lamborghini. No,
It's okay.
no
We're
Lamborghini.
okay.
It's a Patek Philippe 5196 on my avatar. Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. What about Bree landscaping Craig's yard photo shoot? Do you have a driving mower? We have a crew that takes care of the grounds here.
Yeah. Look how
Yeah.
white my teeth are.
There you go. Look at mine. You're making fun of my teeth. Come on now. Cheetown. Okay.
But it's hard to maintain them because I can't
You got to be careful what you eat.
eat stained stuff.
Carlos says, I'm watching Foundation series, like it a lot. What is that? Is Chip wrong preparing Craig's genetic dynasty to rival the Cleons? Okay. Could have been deadly. Craig, would you rather have a brand new fully loaded Lexus GS or the car's value worth a Bitcoin? Oh, the Bitcoin. Yeah, duh. The car's going to lose value over time. The Bitcoin is going to do the opposite, I think. I think that's where we're headed. Cheetowns and Ness, I wonder if the Prius has a carbon monoxide sensor so it doesn't gas everyone with exhaust fumes. Well, I think the engine turns on and off often enough that it's not as big a problem. And I think the cabin is sealed pretty good because a lot of people do it. A lot of people do that and they don't seem to be dying like flies. So yeah. And of course you could put a detector inside the car if you were so inclined as to be concerned about it. In very cold areas, you can keep a Tesla that way overnight and it will be warm and cozy in the morning with no problem starting. There you go. The next photo shoot would be Carlos in his swimsuit cleaning Craig's house in racy poses. Yes, get Carlos up here. We're very happy for our owner.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, God. LOL. Okay. A lot of people are laughing. Would Bree give up her BTC holding to travel back in time and be with the young Craig? I don't think so. I don't think Bree's going to give up her BTC for anything.
I don't think so.
I think she's got a
Sorry,
strong
young
hand.
Craig.
Yeah, I think she's got a strong hand. Craig, you had lots of cars back in the days. Do you ever think, I wish I had one less car in the 70s and bought some Apple stock with that money? Well, it was, I was making money with them. I was buying and selling them, to make money. I didn't keep them that long. So that was the business I was in on and off at different times. And so, yeah, it was just doing business. But obviously, if you have hindsight's always 20/20, right? You can always pick the stocks that you should have bought and held, right? That's the problem is even if you bought some of those stocks, most people didn't hold. Most people, like with Bitcoin, people bought Bitcoin and they're up like 300% or something. Like, oh my God, I've done so good, right? And they bought the Bitcoin at like, $10 and sold at like $30 and they thought they did really good. Well, guess what? $30, one Bitcoin is now worth what, 58,000? So yeah, they didn't do so good. So
I should have waited.
yeah, hindsight's always 20/20 on stuff like that. Cheetahs in the house. Every time I have to take a car in for repair, the more I realize how ruinously expensive they can be to own, especially anything European. Yeah, well, go with Toyota or Lexus. That's the way to do that. Triforce says, what's up, everyone? Craig, what's your favorite car you've ever owned?
It's hard.
Um, I really liked that 65 Cadillac Fleetwood. It was probably the most comfortable seats of any car I've ever had, and I've had a lot of cars that were very comfortable. And that one was probably the most comfortable. So I would probably have to say the 65
Fleetwood.
Cadillac Fleetwood. I also liked the 69 Eldorado that you saw the pictures of. That
good
was a
car.
fantastic car. But I'd probably have to say the 65 Fleetwood was.
So all of your cars were comfortable? None of them?
I tried to get cars that were comfortable. Yeah. Now I had some sports cars back in the day. I had,
Right.
some Mustangs and, Shelbys and stuff like that that were more like performance cars. And I had
Yeah.
some Porsche 911s and things like that that were more like, just run them hard type of thing cars. And like the V12 Jaguar was a blast to drive. But as far as a daily driver, day in and day out, you can't beat those Cadillac Fleetwoods. The 65 I had was great. The 71 Fleetwood I had was great. The Pontiac Bonneville Brougham, the 1968 Pontiac Bonneville Brougham that was loaded, that had the 428 engine. That thing was amazing. It would get 7 or 8 miles to the gallon, but it would get up and crawl, and it was super comfortable. So yeah, I had some good ones back in the day. The 64 Imperial LeBaron with dual air conditioning, that was pretty amazing, pretty comfortable too. Okay, Craig,
Dodges
were
built
the
better back?
Dodges built better back in your dealership days than today? Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Low profile tires are awful to live with. They get damaged easily. They ride worse, and they're extreme. Yeah, it's just a damn shame that they're putting those on a lot of cars these days. Craig, what are the top 3 most underrated GS models? Well, there's only so many GS models that I like that I would buy. I'm pretty picky. And so I like the 002 Stunner. I think it's underrated. A lot of people don't realize how amazing this watch is. Otherwise, more people would be like
They think it's
clamoring to get
boring.
them.
nothing for
The
them.
231 is just amazing for a sport watch, diver watch type of thing. I mean, I don't think you can beat it. I think that's highly underrated. And I still think that I still think the Snowflake is underrated for an all-arounder watch. Although I found it to be a little bit big and a little bit thick for me to use as an all-arounder. So yeah, I think most of the GS models I would still call underrated. There's no lines to buy a lot of them. Some of them there are, but they're lower production watch than Rolex, and they're available. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people are clueless.
They don't even wear them.
Clueless. Is Chrysler Primus still in service, or did they fold? I think that's all closed up, isn't it? I think it's all gone. How's cause these days? Lance. Cover it in house falls. Getting seen a lot of work now. Okay. Let's see. Cheetown, California. Yeah, man, my 35, 25, 21 on my Lamborghini cost around 600 a piece for the rear tires. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Insane. I would never get rid of the stock high profile tires on my Lexus ES. The low profile tires on the Volvo S60 we own are hideously expensive, about $200 per. Yeah, it's insane. Get an LS sedan, folks. That's my advice. Get the Lexus LS sedan and call it a day. And get not the new ones. Get the LS 460 or the LS 430 and call it a day. Preference Rich, it's going great. I like it a lot more than high school. Really enjoying my classes. Okay, cool.
Good.
Craig, are Toyota EVs going to kill Tesla? If Toyota comes out with an all-electric,
Maybe.
it should, because Tesla's quality control is horrific. They're terrible cars. So yeah, if something decent comes out, see right now, so far, Tesla has been like the only game in town, right? So people that want an all electric, you pretty much had to buy a Tesla. There are some exceptions. There are some others that are made, but they're not made in any real volume. But when Toyota comes out with a high volume electric car that's Toyota quality, yeah, I would think that that should be the final nail in Tesla's coffin. Something tells me Nancy Pelosi's dentures are going to come in contact with Kyle Rittenhouse's balls. Oh my God.
Oh God.
My new GS is the most underrated one. Yes, they're clueless about that. They're clueless. No one knows it exists. There you go. Don't forget the most important part of college: drinking and womanizing. Imagine a young Triforce Rich in his heyday. Yes,
Whoa.
there you go. Somebody's
LMAO.
laughing.
We hope not.
Okay. I'm sure you had a lot of fun times. Craig, are you a fan of the Explorer 2? No, not really. I would pass on the Explorer 2, I think. I think I would just rather have just the Explorer, but I would actually just get what I did back in the day was I got a GMT Master. Yeah, that's what I would do. Preferably with a Jubilee bracelet. Only problem with Priuses is they are catalytic converter theft magnets. My neighbor got hers stolen. Get rid of the junk in your garage, folks, and store them in. Yes, always. You should
Wow.
always keep your car in the garage. Absolutely. Let's see. Better ways. Okay. Craig, in the 80s, did you prefer the Ferrari Testarossa or the Lamborghini Countach? Um, they're both. They would be both pretty cool, but I would go with a Porsche 930 Turbo. Is the way I would go. My college years were really good. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc. didn't even exist. I didn't even send a text message until my junior year of college. Good
Wow.
move, Kyle. Craig, have you ever owned a Chevrolet Bel Air from the mid 50s? Yes, yes. We had a couple of different Chevrolet Bel Airs. We also had, believe it or not, a 1955 Pontiac that had factory air conditioning. That was the same body style as the Chevy, but it was the Pontiac version. And it actually had factory air conditioning, which was pretty rare. But yeah, we had a few Bel Airs. A friend of mine had a 57 Chevy convertible. They're very popular, always were. But I wasn't a big fan. I preferred the Cadillacs or the Pontiacs, things like that. Something a little more upscale. A little more upscale. Triforce Rich, Craig, how did you? Oh, by the way, I did have a 1963 Impala convertible that I really liked with the floor shifter. How'd you lose your virginity? That's a good question. I think it was on a trip to Disneyland. That's a whole nother story. Cheetown, California. Craig, how much are a set of tires on your Prius? They're not that expensive. I've had them replaced a couple times. They're not that expensive. Maybe $100 a tire or something like that. Not a big deal. When I was in college, I had 1200 BPS modem. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I hear you. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think we've done good. I love cars, but I hate the running and ownership costs. Get yourself a Lexus, one of the older Lexus, not the newer ones. Disneyland, the greatest place on earth. Okay. When Carlos went to college, Spain was still ravaging South America.
Is that their catchphrase?
Catchphrase. Okay. All right. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. Let's show your
outfit.
Oh, we got to show your outfit. Yes. Yes. Oh, we didn't focus that camera.
Oh.
Let's check it and see how it is. Well,
I guess that's good.
We'll find out when you stand there. And then if I have to refocus it, I'll refocus it. And yeah, come a little more into the light. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so there's Bree's outfit. Bree's outfit. I like the noises those boots make. The leather. Put your hands on your hips. There you go.
All right.
Oh, unbutton your jacket so they can see that beautiful dress. Yeah. See, Bree dresses up for you guys. She dresses up for you guys.
I do.
All right. Let's see. I do have okay. Well, thanks. Thanks. Have a great weekend. We gotta go. I
Thank
do
you.
have Alexa and Older One, and that's why I'm not pulling my hair out. Happiest place on earth with Kyle, Craig, with Tinkerbell. Okay. Right. I knew you would know Rich. Okay. Sound a little bit okay. Does anyone know what happened to Jaden? He said he was coming to Little Treasury but never showed up, and we haven't seen him in a show since.
Oh,
Good question.
dang.
Tinkerbell's greater than Wendy. Okay. Of course I know. I'm from Mickey Mouse Town. I
Wow.
was thinking the same thing, Rich. I hope he's okay. What's for dinner, Craig?
What's for
We haven't
dinner?
decided yet, have we? We haven't decided. Nice dress. She has the
Dinner.
perfect figure for it.
Oh,
There
thank
you go. Yeah, I'm actually concerned. Hope he's okay. Bree's the reason to stay motivated, to stay in shape. Lovely. Thank you. Oh, yes. She is a fitness example. She's a good example.
Role model.
A role model. That's right. Craig, Blue, Bree can't wait. Oh,
We can.
Craig, what's the most illegal thing you've ever done in a car? Probably, I don't know, maybe 160 miles an hour in a 911, something like that, maybe 160, 170. I don't know. Maybe that. Oh,
Connection.
Whoa.
The mouse.
Craig, are you into fabrics for sofas, etc.? Well, those sofas behind us are high end. They're stuffed with white goose down. They're 100% silk. Yeah, I like comfortable, sofas. Yes. Peter Pan, please call. You have to talk with Craig about a recent confession. Bree, call in. We can't end.
They don't want the show to end.
Bree, take your phone out and call Craig. What else can we show them? Do you have another photo that we didn't show them already?
Another photo. That's tough. It's a lot of photos.
See if there's one you didn't show them yet. Oh, did you show them your workstation?
I did, I think.
Well, let's show it to them again.
It's a cute outfit too.
Now, has it changed since then, or is that the most updated?
That's the most updated.
So there's nothing missing?
No.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's Bree's workstation, where she gets it done. She's get her done. Get her done. Get her done.
4 computers though.
Let's see. Bree, demonstrate to Craig how to hula hoop. She's not hooping right now because of her accident. She has to be careful, but she'll be hooping soon. Craig, what's the cure for watch addiction? Get a stunner like this and then wear it. And then wear it. You don't need a whole bunch of watches. You just need a stunner.
Did we show the motorcycle? I think we didn't.
My motorcycle?
No, the chaps.
Oh, no. We got to show them that. Yeah. Okay, so let's go through these real quick and then we'll show them that. How about some shoe photos, Craig, and maybe some items you bought from the Georgetown University store? They're trying to extend. They're scamming us, Bree.
They are. Nice office. Thank you.
Let's see.
Bree Thomas.
I'll call in next show. I'm free at 5 p.m. Okay, so Lance, Monday is the big show. Monday, Kyle is coming in to talk about his watch. We can't end. Let's see. And maybe we'll get a report from Leslie on her watch on how it's holding up to heavy use, because I think it's been through heavy use. Is Kent planning on calling in anytime soon? We got to ask him. And we got to try to get Dan to call in.
Maybe
Whoops.
show us his music stuff.
Craig, do push-ups live now.
Not in this.
They're really trying to extend this any way they can. Oh yeah, I'm trying to milk as much content out of these last few minutes. I still need to see the Dr. Dre and Kent Collabor album. Yes. We had the sweet potato dinner last night. Amazing. Do you put
Nice.
avocados on them? Do you include avocados? Do tell. All right, let's show this, Bree. I love this outfit. How cool is that?
With Craig's chaps.
You talk about heavy duty. Yeah, she's wearing the chaps. The chaps that were custom made for me. She can wear them. And
with the Lucchese boots that I have right now,
that's
actually,
right.
black cherry.
With the black cherry Lucchese boots and with a
Ostrich.
really rugged biker jacket.
Yeah.
Biker jacket. Biker chick.
Biker chick.
I'm motivated to get another motorcycle now. I think I'm going to get another motorcycle. Yep. I think so.
So yeah.
All right. That is a good note to how about a Stetson cowboy hat duet? Do you still think the 002 is all you need? Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Awesome. Full stop. The 002 is amazing. 002. 002. Yes. Super comfortable. I don't even know it's on my wrist. It just floats there.
Same with
Craig,
mine.
did you hear about Blue Shirt Buddha? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very sad. Craig, if someone attacked the compound, about how many men and days would they need to break down the fortress and its defenses? I don't think I think they would be repelled. I don't think they would be able to sustain the attack. I think it would be a bad day for them. Yeah. Craig, Tudor plus some Bitcoin or one Rolex. No, forget Tudor. No. Just buy the Bitcoin.
Just the Bitcoin.
Buy and hold the Bitcoin. Then you can buy whatever watches you want down the road.
Correct.
I met and became friends with Blue Shirt on this channel. I miss him a lot. Carlos in the house.
Wow.
Would you ever do a waterproof test with the 002? Maybe at a live event we could do that. Yeah, maybe we could do that. Live.
Alrighty.
All right. We're going to wrap it up, Bree. Wrap this puppy up. Thank you all for tuning in. Monday at 5. Be here or be square.
Be there or be square.
Be there or be square. Yes. Briefitdance.com.
Briefitdance.
Show your website one more time. Your website, briefitdance.com. Briefitdance.com.